For technology companies, patents can be among their most valuable assets. But what happens when every challenge to those patents has finally been exhausted? Today, we're looking at a major legal milestone for Birchtech and how it could impact both shareholder value and the company's next phase of growth. I'm joined by Richard MacPherson, President and CEO of Birchtech Corp. Richard, welcome back to the watch list.
Ricky, thank you. It's a pleasure to be back, sir.
For investors who may not be familiar with patent law, Birchtech has announced the end of all remaining attempts to challenge its patents. Can you explain what that means in practical terms and why having those challenges permanently resolved is such an important milestone for the company?
Yeah, it is extremely important and valuable to the company. We're very pleased to be able to announce that. So we were in a situation where we had a number of different outstanding, what they called IPRs, or challenges to the patent. And they were being used as a defensive mechanism by some of our defendants in ongoing litigation in order to be able to see if they could undo our infringement claims. We were able to come to terms with the major defendant that had filed all of these IPRs. Actually, there were 6 of them that were dismissed by the patent office prior to that, leaving 6 more IPRs that were alive. And they would have cost significant monies for us to defend as well. You know, approximately $150, maybe $200,000 or more per IPR to defend against. So by setting them aside, coming to an arrangement or an agreement with this defendant, we were able to avoid those costs, of course, but also most importantly, it took away any and all present and future claims against our patents, which allow us to proceed without any patent infringement challenges against our remaining defendant, the Amarin Corporation, which will clear the path for us to either move to trial or come to an arrangement with them to settle away the case. But also, very significantly, it was something that was outstanding against our massive $78 million final judgment win that we had. And so there was always a concern that should those patents challenges be successful in any degree, it could have affected that $78 million collection or payment. So that's removed as well. So now the market will be able to value us based on that significant claim that we've got and collection that we're now moving forward with, and also take a look at our outstanding defense in the presentation in the case against Amarin, with them no longer relying on any sort of a possible win on the IPR front. So very significant for us from a legal point of view, and goes to prove that we, have always been in a great position with regards to our patent position and the enforcement of it. And so I very much expect our air side of the business to benefit greatly from this decision as we move forward. And we'll bring news to the market with regards to our progress with the Amarin case as well as it moves forward either to settlement or trial.
And strong IP protection is often what allows technology companies to fully realize the value of their innovations. Birchtech has already generated significant licensing revenue and also holds a substantial judgment against the CERT defendants. Now that the patent challenges have been resolved, what are the next steps in pursuing that judgment, and what could it mean for the balance sheet if successfully collected?
Well, we do expect to collect it. And just to make note, Ricky, we are in a net position of about $55 million after legal fees on that collection effort. It actually is growing considerably with the interest component of it. So that'll make a huge impact on our balance sheet and our asset value as a company, of course. And I'll be talking with the board as to how to utilize those funds as we go forward. So very significant in terms of our ability to move forward on that collection, add to the balance sheet nicely. But again, a very significant aspect of this is it really clears the path for our case against Amarin, which is a considerable case that will now be able to go back at. That case had been stayed because of the IPRs. Which could have taken a year, 2 or more to settle away. Now the path is clear for us to move forward with that, and we'll be doing so in the near future.
And perhaps just as importantly, bringing a long-running legal process to a close frees up both capital and management attention. So you've said the clean air litigation chapter is now complete and that you're applying the same intellectual property strategy to water treatment, particularly PFAS or forever chemicals. How does resolving these matters help accelerate growth in that market?
Interesting you should ask. First and foremost, I should say we've learned a great deal over these past 6, 7 years, and millions and millions of dollars spent in the defense of the air side. We've applied that know-how to our patenting of our water treatment processes, and we'll be able to now move into that market with a great deal of understanding of how to patent it properly and enforce those. So moving into water, we expect to do the same for water as we did for air, which is bring a disruptive technology to the market that will make a huge difference in the options that engineering firms and utilities have, in particular to remove PFOA and PFAS from their water treatment, all supported by some strong IP. I think that's going to move us quickly into the market with a real surety of what it is we can accomplish there. And we'll be bringing news to the market of those gains, material gains, as we go through the next quarter.
So this appears to be a significant inflection point for Birchtech, with legal uncertainty removed, intellectual property reinforced, and management increasingly focused on commercial growth opportunities. Thank you for your time today, Richard.
My pleasure, as always. Thank you, Ricky.
Once again, that is Richard MacPherson, President and CEO of Birchtech Corp. For more on the company and its technologies, visit birchtech.com. That's all for this episode of The Watch List. I'm Ricky Lee. Make good choices today.